So what's going on guys, Kids here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you a new hero guide in Naraka Bladepoint 2023. So this game in general has a bunch of fun heroes to play, and we have a very unique variety to choose from. But the big question is, which heroes can actually perform the best and do the highest damage and much more. So I've done a bunch of testing and here's the full in-depth guide with all the new released heroes. So if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So, Akazu is notorious for his extremely high mobility and potential to deal massive damage. He's great for aggressive playstyle and can stagger enemies easily, while being relatively not hard to learn and master for a new player. This hero is a strong aggressive playmaker with some excellent damage and great mobility, and he can as well easily dominate on the battlefield. If you're someone who enjoys performing fast attacks and you want to dish out heavy damage, then this is the hero for you. Akazu can as well use his speedy mobility to swiftly disorientate his enemies, before following that up with attacks including Roar, which will strike the enemy and increase the damage reduction, and his powerful ultimate Feral Frenzy, that will swiftly knock enemies back. Her skills stagger enemy movements, and she can buff attacks using various traps that she can place or that spawn during attacks. If you use her in the right combos, then you can keep multiple enemies immobile for an extended period and continue punching their health down, which is also extremely helpful to help your team to set up combos. Her kit isn't too complex to understand, and as you learn more how to play her, you can make better and better use of the CC she offers. She can also save teammates from a long range, and as her ultimate doesn't transform, so she can chase down enemies more easier. And then lastly, in addition, she's one of the only characters that has a skill providing yellow block, which will allow her to escape any enemy combo. So Tessa is a beautiful but terrifying fox girl with the ability to overpower her enemies with a tail-based attacks. She's even capable of stealing the soul of her enemy, luring them in against their will to deliver a devastating bite attack. Her tail strike can be used to interrupt enemies, or if you're under attack, then she will also give us the protective fast fire debuff, which will explode if she gets hit again. She can also create an area that will pull her enemies to the center, damaging them and setting them up for your other attacks. Tessa's ultimate ability is called the Enchant, which summons her fox spirit ahead of her, which then can steal her opponent's soul and place it in the soul vessel. If they can't snatch back their soul quickly enough, then they will be enchanted, meaning that they will lose control of their character, allowing the Tessa to deal a devastating bite attack that will also restore her own health. Justina is a slightly less versatile fighter, who relies on her ultimate to boost up her damage output, but her skills is still one of the most useful ones in the game. It freezes Justina and her allies solid for a few seconds, making them impervious to damage and restoring armor. This is perfect for interrupting combos, and you can break out early to surprise your enemy with a flurry of attacks. Justina's ultimate increases her attack power with each strike, and freezes enemies on the hit, or if you opt in for a different form of the ability, then it will trap them in an icy fog. There is quite a high skill ceiling for Justina, but if you can master her, then she will be a great asset to the most teams in the game. Currently, Zay has two different best skills called the Flame Ward and Flame Ward Ignite. Flame Ward Ignite, when activated, will transform Zay into a Flame Ward, which will make her immune to hit damage and stagger. Or then we have the Flame Ward, which after activating during the next 5 seconds, will restore her health or armor, and she can be hit when using her E ability. Zay as well can knock back enemies and burn them. Overall, Zay is a character that focuses on speed and damage, using her dual blades to take down her enemies. So if you're someone that is into speed and damage, then this hero is definitely for you. So Pinyin is undoubtedly one of the best support characters in the game. She has excellent defensive skills, which include direct healing and the ability to provide additional armor on the battlefield. Her ultimate saving grace ability is particularly useful, as it can knock enemies back whenever they use Focus Strike on her and will instantly restore 300 HP, while increasing her damage reduction stats. As well as her powerful healing abilities, Zaping can also hold her own in combat, whether it's on one-to-one in a solo match or alongside her teammates in a co-op, which makes her a great support character to use in any type of content. The biggest unique aspect about Takeda is his unique ability to grab enemy weapons. With his skill, you can swiftly grab opponent's weapon, and this can be followed up by a strong wave of aerial attacks. This ability makes Takeda extremely effective at performing counterattacks. His ultimate summons a steel demon that executes several powerful slashes, and lets your hero teleport to him. Much like Akos Hu, Takeda is a character who has good mobility skills, and is a good option for players who particularly enjoy more fast-paced combat. This hero is an easy choice for one of the Naraka's best characters. What her skills lack in impressive damage potential, they more than make up for it with a superior mobility, which is almost more important than strength. Her skill lets her teleport a short distance away, which gives you plenty of time and space to heal or escape if an encounter isn't going your way. Matari's ultimate briefly turns her invisible while she's stationary and nearly invisible while moving. It leaves a faint outline, but if your enemy doesn't already know that you're there, it's almost impossible to notice. She has the best stealth option in the game, and in the right circumstance, you can finish an encounter before the enemy even knows that you hit him. Tarka G is like a Takeda nobutada, only slightly different. His skill can counter enemy attacks and reduce their armor, or he can launch fireballs if you want a more offensive focused skill. Tarka G's ultimate increases his movement speed and lets him burn opponents if he makes a contact. The speed boost is extremely helpful for chasing opponents down, but it's not particularly useful in close combat. Not only this ultimate increases the Tarka G movement speed, but it also blocks ranged projectiles. And being able to either way chase down a low health enemy or quickly reposition is always important against good players. This hero kit is tailored around controlling the battlefield, with deadly CC abilities to stop her enemies dead in their tracks. The Blind Blademaster skill unleashes a blast of energy that knocks back nearby enemies and disrupts the charged attacks. This skill is very useful when you wish to interrupt enemy combos or to escape a particularly tricky fight. Viper Ning's ultimate, the Twilight Crimson, summons the God of Jin's Eye, which marks all nearby enemies and stuns them after 5 seconds. While the Blind Blademaster can't attack during her ult casting, those unfortunate enough to get caught by this ability can't move for 5 seconds. This gives the Viper the perfect opportunity to either way make a swift exit or to eliminate any threat. This hero fills the support and utility-based role on the battlefield. His skills allow him to quickly move his team around the map, granting buffs and debuffs to allies and enemies respectively. His base skill, called the Spirit Blades, can summon 5 blades that either way can shoot at the enemy individually or all together for more damage. The defensive variation of the skill, called the Spirit Blade Shield, creates a barrier against any incoming projectile attack. Wuchen's Tai Chi Rift ultimate can teleport the team up to 120 meters, and it can be used when under attack. Depending on his teammates' health, an attack or damage reduction buff will be granted once the ultimate has been used. So overall the Wuchen is a well-rounded hero, and he's great for quick getaways in those close call fights. So Feria can summon a mech with her ultimate, allowing her to output a tons of damage with her gun turret, plus allowing her to heal. She's a great option on the battlefield for those players who want something a little bit different in their gameplay, as she's the only fighter who can use a mech mechanic in a battle. With her summoning abilities, she can call upon a powerful bronze mech to help her in the combat, which can either way help her to escape bad fights or be used to resist incoming enemy attacks. These defensive skills combined with her strong mech mayhem attack make her a fantastic DPS hero. This hero is another popular character that has dominated the arena since release. This bloodthirsty warrior is armed with a gigantic demonic blade, which has both incredible range and damage. The oversized sword is used in Slash, which is a skill that enables her to unleash a spinning blade that both blocks incoming projectiles and damages those that stay close. Spirit Slash also allows the Yoto to teleport towards the spinning blade, making it a great gap closer and escape tool. Her ultimate is even better, dealing heavy damage with a large slash and recovering Yoto Hime's armor and health with each hit. Overall, she's not too difficult to learn, so she's a great choice for a new player to pick it up and give it a try. He uses his inner power to summon a wind-based attacks, which he uses to displace and damage his enemies. Temulch has a skill that makes him leap into the air and summon 3 wards. These projectiles can be hurtled at his enemies and block incoming projectiles. Unlike other skills, the Temulch can also use his Zephyrs when under attack. This is particularly useful when you need to make a quick getaway or hit a low health enemy. Lastly, the Zephyr Prison skill unleashes a tornado that slows all targets and blocks projectiles. While this ultimate might not have the same kill potential as other heroes, the Temulch has a great zoning potential. This is the most versatile fighter featured in the game, and he can utilize his skills effectively, in either way an offensive or defensive manner, giving any team he's on the chance to change the flow of the combat to their advantage. His base skill, the Line Breaker, is a handy tool for damage dealing. Yueshan turns into the Almighty General when his ultimate is activated. In this state he acquires an entirely different moveset and a new pool of health. These newfound attacks include Leaping Slash and Dragon Tail. These moves can be devastating but are slow to execute, so timing for this hero is very important. Kurumi has your typical healer type of playstyle. Her skill, the Binding Prayer, allows this life-saving hero to link up with a nearby teammate and continuously heal them. She can also use the skill to teleport to an ally, giving her a great mobility option. The Kurumi's ultimate, the Sacred Circle, sees her unleash a large healing circle that both heals and cleanses allies every second. Kurumi is a great pick that will enable you to keep on fighting long after your healing resources have run out. So at first glance, the Tianhai may look like a relatively ordinary character, but this humble monk is hiding an incredibly powerful secret. His skill, the Divine Bell, enables the Tianhai to resist physical attacks and block incoming projectiles, which is great if you find yourself consistently stun-locked by the enemy combos. While the Divine Bell can greatly disrupt the flow of any battle, it's his terrifying ultimate that can quickly overpower even the best players. The Titan's Call enables this monk to transform into a monolithic giant, granting him the power to both grab and pulverize his enemies. Once Tianhai transforms into this mighty beast, there's often very little you can do. Instead, it's best to run for the hills until the ultimate wears off. The Tianhai's ultimate is what really makes him shine. For a short period of time, he can grab and smash opponents, dealing significant amount of damage. Better yet, if he grabs allies while in this form, then he can heal them. However, if you are playing alone, he might not be the best choice. And that's about it.